name's Charles Bronson, and all my life I've wanted to be famous.
Today I will be discussing Nicholas Winding Refn's film, Bronson. Now, if you haven't already seen the film, Bronson is in fact based on a true story. The film depicts the life of Britain's most violent prisoner, Michael Peterson, better known by his alter ego and fighting name, Charles Bronson. This brutal and bloody cinematic masterpiece is packed with symbolic references throughout the film, and when you delve into the meaning of subtle details such as the colour schemes used, the cinematography, and even tiny details such as wallpaper, it gives you a new perspective of the film and what the filmmaker is trying to portray. But let's start at the beginning. Bronson is seen sitting in his cell. The claustrophobic space is amplified by his body language and the use of static shots with the camera. It's as if there's no room to move, and even us as an audience can feel this space tightening due to the lack of motion on screen. However, when the camera is moving, it's done in a continuous motion, as if he's an animal locked in a cage, circling his perimeter. Something interesting to note is the word written on the wall in this scene. The word Kes is the name of a film directed by Ken Loach, about a boy subjected to a lot of abuse. Take a look at this poster for the film Kes. It pretty much sums up Bronson's situation and experience in prison. The word Kes also translates to the word who in English, which could hint that Bronson doesn't know who he is. Bronson is very much portrayed like an animal. To be more specific, he's like a lion. This is also referenced through dialogue in this scene.
This ain't prison. We're lion tamers here.
Lion sounds are also used to complement his character and brutish behaviour. The use of lions is also very important throughout the film. It's as if Bronson is living his whole life in an enclosure, even when he's not in prison. Just look at these examples. The extensive use of vertical lines reinforces the feeling of imprisonment, even when he's not in prison. The placement of the camera in this scene is an interesting way of emphasising the feeling of being imprisoned. Having the subject on one side of the bars and the camera on the other makes us feel as if we are looking in on his confinement, even though he isn't in his cell. Another aspect I feel is important to highlight is the music played by Pet Shop Boys in this scene. The song is called It's a Sin, and the lyrics are fitting to Bronson's situation. He really has dug himself into a hole, which we see in this scene. The placing of the camera above Bronson allows us to look down on him, as if he is in a hole. If you pay close attention to the carpet, it's covered in spades, which are typically used to dig a hole. There is also use of other suits in the film. Bronson has a club painted on his face in this monologue scene. The fact he has a club on his face could be linked to him being beaten by the gods with clubs. The club symbol also represents elements such as fire, male energy and darkness, all of which match Bronson's personality. My favourite feature to explore is the strong use of colours, more specifically blue and red. These colours are very apparent throughout the film and both hold significant meaning. For instance, red is good and blue is bad. Nicholas Refn has cleverly illustrated red to symbolise passion, excitement, hope, violence and the ambition to be someone. Blue, on the other hand, foreshadows Bronson's failure. This colour symbolises a cold and dark pathway that Bronson is about to take. For example, one of the first shots we see is a harrowing hallway with guards and Bronson in a cage. Bronson describes prison as a place he loves.
Prison was, honestly, brilliant! I liked it personally. Oh, fuck that. I loved it!
This may be why the walls are red. He is in his element of fighting and passion. Furthermore, in this scene, Bronson meets a girl called Alison. She's wearing a red dress and Bronson takes an immediate liking to her as she is mesmerising and passionate, hence the red. Bronson robs a jewellery store for a ring. He wants to propose to Alison. He feels hopeful that she will say yes. However, the jewellery store is decorated with blue, foreshadowing his failure. As Bronson proposes, Alison is wearing blue. When wearing this colour, she declines Bronson's proposal, saying this:
"Yeah, but you've got no ambition."
Bronson fears having no ambition. He wants to be somebody. It is also important to note conflict of these colours. In this scene we see Bronson as a child, known as Michael at the time. He is young and still has potential. His jacket is blue and red, a clear mixture of conflict of good and bad. We also see these colours mixed when he wears a similar shirt. In this scene he is thinking about what to do before lashing out and becoming aggressive. When this decision lands him in prison, he is seen wearing a blue vest. This symbolises his inability to achieve and make good choices, every time of which he seems to be wearing blue or have it in his environment. Again, just like the word Kes, Bronson has wrote the word funk on the wall. The definition of this word is to be in a great state of fear or panic, or to be a coward. This links with the blue theme and being in a hold of panic and disappointment, which is something Bronson fears as he's always wanted to make a name for himself, as he says in this scene.
All my life I've wanted to be famous.
In summary, Bronson is a film about ambition and objective.
Ambition is the virtue of all great men.
But this is nothing without commitment, and we witness Bronson's journey to fulfil this goal. I hope you enjoyed this video and the points I discussed. If you have any more ideas or suggestions, drop a comment below. In the meantime, do check out Bronson and other films by Nicholas Winding Refn. He's made some pretty good films over the years, so do check them out.
Shine